FXBros.
Come on, school. I hope that boy got that bitch. What's up, y'all? We back. Wednesday morning. I know the most exciting thing we have is fucking see that boy caught that there. I was in buys on AU. I got in right here at like 1 o'clock in the morning after this 4-hour engulf. So I got on this next candle. I can see we starting to have a slight little retrace. I would say we might come back to the close of this engulfing candle, which is 63.52. So we're gonna keep an eye on that because I am in buys. The first minimal target would be this previous weekly high and possibly this trend line. If I zoom out on the daily, you'll see this trend line that we may attack, especially after we drop so far down. First weekly gap on AU, July 2024. Okay, so yeah, we wouldn't get those gaps until July of last year. So we did have news come out 7:30 we had retail sales, which was very bullish. All retail sales year over year, month over month, everything was bullish, beating all the consensus and beating out the previous. So that's good. We do have unemployment and employment change for AU this evening at 8:30. So we'll see what happens from that. I think yesterday we had the one. Yeah, what they do? Unemployment rate is dropping. That ain't 5.2%. That's high. GDP growth rate staying consistent over the consensus, but staying consistent with the previous month. Retail sales, big boost over the actual, over the consensus in the previous. Yeah. I did not know that they were in 5% unemployment, which is a lot, bro, because they got like, how many people in China? What is China working? What is the population of China's working class? See if they got a number for us. 772.2 million people, which includes both the employed and unemployed. Numbered approximately, this figure represents 1,200 considered eligible for employment and participation in the labor market. So, what's 5% of that? Pull out the calculator. See what we're going to get. So we want 772.2 times 0.05. 38 million people are unemployed. Two. Let me see if it's going to be a little higher. 772. 772.2 times 0.052. 40. Okay, because what was the unemployment rate? 5.2. We have our unemployment rate. They got theirs at 4.2. Let's see. What is the population of the U.S. of America's working class? $93 million. Damn, they got 40, almost 50% of our working class. They have unemployed. Total labor force. The working class typically defined adults who do not have a 4-year college. As adults who do not have a 4-year college degree. total labor force. $170 million. So 170 plus 7, 163.5. What is the unemployment rate of America? What is the unemployment rate? Okay, unemployment rate updated March 4.2. 163.5. 163.5 and 4.2. Let's see where we at. 165.3. 163.5. 163.5 times 0.042. 6.8 million people. 4%. 60. 104% is 4 million. 100 million. 1 million. That's crazy. You got a lot of fucking people unemployed. Crazy. Not sure if my boy School caught them buys. I know he was getting in. Hopefully he stayed in them holes. Gold buys are looking great. UJ was looking to short that, but didn't get into that yet. EJ looks like it has a potential to be short over all of pairs. UJ should be following the dollar. And if we do get a continuation of the dollar, that will push our AU pair bullish. And we will continue to be in profit. Bitcoin is dropping. Was at 85, 86. Got clean traffic to the left somewhat, at least. We got clean traffic to 79K. XRP still hovering at 2%. I mean, not $2. Overclosed and Nvidia closed. That's what I'm pointing out. Tesla was one. Bitcoin's price has surged due to rising trading volume and increased investor risk appetite, alongside a drop in the DXY, potentially driving more capital into cryptocurrencies. So a failing dollar, from what they saying, or what AI is saying, should constitute a bullish cryptocurrency, but not a bullish stock market. I mean, I guess because on the stock market. See what S&P say. U.S. equity futures fall as Nvidia warning weighs on investor U.S. equities. U.S. equity futures dropped ahead of Wednesday's opening bell, with futures of technology-heavy Nasdaq Composite leading the losses after sector heavyweights Nvidia revealed an expected $5.5 billion charge in fiscal quarter one linked to exports to China. The chipmaker said late Tuesday the estimated charge relates to its H2O product line after the U.S. government mandated it to secure an export license for China, Hong Kong, Macau, and D5 countries. Japan's Nikkei closed 1% lower. Hong Kong's Hang Seng ended point, and China's Shanghai Composite finished higher. Meanwhile, fell. On the winning side, United Airlines shares rose 6% after the carrier posted improved Q1 financial results. The super charts. That's super charts. We are above the open. Hopefully we might take out that high. We already took out the low, previous low. And by doing that, it gave us enough force to push higher. Hopefully we might take out that previous high. We shall see. News and shit. Fucks with that. Oh. Yeah. All the things in the I wish Jerome was talking earlier. NYSC open with that volume. We got 8 more minutes left. 8 more minutes. Hope that boy and gold buys, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Irish cream. Hey. Yes, yes, yes. Nice. Hold that shit, fam. Hold that shit. About to have NYSC about to open. We're gonna see what kind of volume we get in these markets. All the news releases have been out. The only thing we have is Powell talking at 12:30. Hold that shit, son. Yeah, if we get a pullback, I mean, we just did. We got that undecision candle on the 4 hour, that little doji. Unsure on where we gonna line up at as far as us selling. So we didn't sell off here. I thought we might have sold off to get here. So chances are we might use this as a structure now. So just like how the market came down and swept this structure right here, that might be the same scenario for here. So we might get more bullish, and we may not sell down to here at 31.50. We may just sweep right up under here at 31.80. If we come that low, if this is going to be a sweeper structure. If not, just like how I was expecting to come here, I'm going to expect a 32.50. Get a nice pullback at 32.50, 32.70 up in there. 32.70, 32.50 would be a nice area to get gold buys if we get that pullback. Like I said, that's all determinant on that shit. 32.80, 32.50. 32.80, 32.50. Good buys if we get the pullback. This shit lit. I ain't gonna lie. Day trading is the shit. Because in my mental, I'm already wealthy. Like, it ain't gonna be too much of my vocabulary changing up once a nigga get that real money. I already talk like I'm a millionaire. News, 14 minutes. Gold. Red. Euro. 30 is my basic. Oh, damn. All right. Well, take the VIX off. I don't need that. I don't need that one. I can add that and add that. I really need over. TSL. I want to look at more currencies. UJ, GJ. Don't let me get another one though. I got 30. All right. News flow. Red list. The red list. Gold zooms past 3,300 as investors seek shelter from tariff war. I wouldn't go buy no gold right now. You gonna tax the fuck out your ass. That should be lit though when you go to a jewelry store and you go price some gold or you about to go sell some gold. Especially if you're in the market, they'll pull up the charts on your ass, exchange rate and everything, just to justify the prices. Come on, AU. I know we don't get a lot of volume. Let's see, maybe we might get late volume. Ooh, NVIDIA tanking, TSM tanking. What's going on? Strong AI chip demand boost Taiwan semiconductor. NVIDIA chip shares tumble after NVIDIA discloses export restrictions. U.S. equity future cause NVIDIA warning weighs on investor sentiment. What the hell? It's probably going to go long on NVIDIA though. Export restrictions placed on certain chips manufactured by NVIDIA have weighed on other chip makers. And shares of Broadcom, Qualcomm, and others declined Wednesday for export restrictions. NVIDIA, which has become a proxy for chip makers given its booming valuation in chips powering artificial intelligence capabilities, faces new hurdles. The chip company on Tuesday said it would record a $5.5 billion charge on its quarterly earnings and disclosed the U.S. will now require a license for exporting the company's H2O processors to China and other countries. Wedbush analysts said that while the financial impact is relatively small, the requirement is a strategic blow to NVIDIA, going after the China market as trade wars develop between U.S. and China. Greater risk to business operations to NVIDIA and others, raising questions about the valuations and prospects. NVIDIA was down 6% pre-market, 4% Broadcom, 2% Qualcomm, Micron, 5% Marvel, 5% Advanced Micro Devices. We will see how this closes. At the end of the day, that was a big ass gap. We might fill that up. We might fill that NVIDIA gap. And Tara's got the motherfuckers. Trade wars continue. I think this going 2025 will be trade wars. I'm just calling it. That's all they about to talk about. Trade war. Remember back in the day when all you heard on the news was weapons of mass destruction? Remember that shit from Bush? It's about to be another keyword for Trump. Trade war. Tariffs. And they go a trade war with fucking they would combine the trade war with AI, artificial intelligence. It's gonna be all kind of just bullshit going on with that. Whoa. What's brother? Yeah, data war. There you go. There you go, Jay. I like that better. Data wars. What was that? Remember that shit used to come on? What was that? I don't know if it was. I don't think it was. It was like some kind of sports show. Remember them robot wars? Them niggas used to build robots and get in that little octagon shit and just go at it. Yeah, they need to run that back. They need to run that shit back. That's exactly where we at. The war on data.
Yo.
What's that?
What's poppin'?
Man. Boy.
Buku, man, brother.
Nigga, when I was driving last night, all I was thinking about was your ass, boy. I looked at gold, I was like, boy, I hope that nigga caught that shit.
Brother, I caught it, but I'm mad because it's like I already was down 200 this week. So then I'm up 200 on the second move I put in. I was up 200, so I'm making a 200 back. So I'm like in my head, all my positions are EU plus the gold, the two EUs, two gold positions. I'm up 950, bro. I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I can either close one of these right quick, maybe close that gold right quick, and because I'm up 200. And I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, all right, let's wait a second and just see what happened right quick. Bro, what I tell you, literally in that same 3 minute, like as I'm sitting there saying, oh, this shit look like it peaked, that shit caught that 200 quick on the second position type shit. Bro, literally, I didn't have time to think after I'm thinking this. I'm like, that bitch start dropping in a 3 minute. That bitch dropped 200 in like 3 to 6 minutes. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Gold? What time was it?
Yeah, dog. It was like 2 in the morning. It's like
2 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm like on a 3 minute chart. I'm like, bro, this bitch dropped 200 something points in 3 minutes. Well, it was really 20. It's 20 something, but I do a 0.10, so 10 points per point.
Oh, I see that candle you talking about. That
Bro. And I'm sitting there, I know, what the whole through shit, but at the same time, I'm just looking at that dollar amount at the same time. I don't look at the dollar amount, always stay on course with trending. With the trending shit.
I don't know if you could do it on fucking on Trade Locker or whatever you trade with, but I take the money off. Like I don't think I could. I think I could I remove that shit. Like I don't want to see my balance. I just want to see the pips. Yeah. That shit will kind of shake you out. You start saying that, oh shit.
Yeah, so that fucked me up. So now I'm just in one position. I had to close out the EU because that bitch dropped. The second position went back to break even too. So I had to close out both of them. I just kept the one gold position open. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just reevaluate in the morning. Yeah. So I mean, I'm up a little bit on that first gold position, but fuck, I'm like down already 250 this week type shit.
Yeah, where you bought at? Where you bought that gold?
56. 32.56.
Oh, you at 32.56 right now?
Yeah, the second position was at 93 though. I was right there, bro. That bitch.
What, 31.93? Oh no,
32.93. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah. So you got out of that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just held that one. And I said, fuck it. Yeah, I said, fuck it. This shit should be good long term. I should be able to hold this bitch long as the 8 hour. I'm gonna just stick to the 8 hour on that one. As long as the 8 hours still above trend line, which means that bitch gonna have to go back like 770 points down type shit for that bitch. Really, it's gonna have to go about 100 points down type shit to take me out this position. So it gotta really break the trend line. It gotta go below, because I still have a stop loss, but it's like 40, 50 points below my position. So that bitch really gotta reject. I'm gonna try to hold through it and just see what happens. I mean, like I said, if I see something that just look like, okay, I gotta get out of this bitch type shit because the 8 hours just rejecting making a resistance, then I'm gonna have to do it. But other than that, man, fuck that, man. Man, I just seen what that second position did me last night. That bitch up 200, I'm up 950. That bitch goes back down, bro. I'm up like 400. I'm like, what? In 3 minutes?
Damn.
Son, brother, I'm so drove, brother.
The 5 minute right quick.
But I had to make myself calm down because I'm looking at this shit like, brother, 950.
What it happened? It happened at 3:25, huh?
Yeah, like I'm up all night, son. I don't even know what time it was. I'm just watching this shit, brother. Like I'm up. That bitch went to
looking at the camera right now. I know exactly which one you. I bet you that bitch 3:25.
I was waiting for it to go to 33.21 because I be watching somebody that's talk about that shit. They be talking about the averages and shit, and they should just be so on point. So I'm like, other people looking for it to go here, so I'm gonna look for it to go there too with them, type shit.
Right.
So that bitch went close. It went to like 33.18, something like that. It was like 3 points away. Then that bitch shot down. That's when the 3 minute happened. That bitch just shot down from 33.18. I had to be up like 250 on the second position. Like, nigga was up, bro. I was up. That bitch blew me. So I'm like, oh, 6 minutes? No, that's what made me close it. Because I'm like, I'm up 900 to 450 in 6 minutes, 3 to 6 minutes. That's fucking crazy. So I kind of was like, what the fuck? That shit threw me for boo coop loops. But I gotta know better. I gotta stick to my discipline once again. On that was just once again not sticking to discipline.
Even looking at that sell off at 3:25, I'm looking at it on the 5 minute. That bitch did drop like a motherfucker, but it didn't break no structure though.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at structure always. That happened to me Monday. When I was in gold early, bro. I was in gold at like 32.20 something. I was at 32.25. And I had got out because it went to like 33.16 type shit. It didn't even go down that much. It probably went down like 33.17, like 80 points down. And then as soon as I got out, that bitch shot up. I said, these bitches. You know what I'm saying? But when I looked at it, it never broke structure. Like it broke the horizontal line and it started to reject, but it never broke the structure that it was in.
Yeah, I'm looking at on a 5 minute. The structure that I was looking at was that support that was created around like 1 o'clock in the morning to like 1:40. That little structure right there, it never like broke that. It came close to it around that 3 in the morning sell off, but it didn't break it though. So you would have been good for the most part, but that, I mean, in hindsight, looking at it now as the market kind of consolidating, yeah, that was a buy near the top type shit. Like, of course, if it would have kept going, then yeah, you would have been good. But that bitch, London took it to the high, and that's where it started selling off in London. Right there, 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was looking for that bit to hit that 200 points, which it did, but that's what made me decide to close it because I was like, it hit my TP type shit. Like I wanted just 200 for real. Out any second positions, third position that I put in, I'm looking for like 200 to 400 points, get in, get out, type shit. So when they hit the 200, I'm looking at it like, all right, let's get it. Like, all right, but you know, I should have time to close it before it go back to zero. No, you don't. No, you didn't. So that's kind of what my mindset was on it, and that's what fucked me up. Yeah. But nah, bro, it's definitely, man, stick to structure, man. Stick to your shit, stick to your ways. Fuck that, man. We holding this shit now, bro. Just find something that you trust holding and just hold that shit, bro.
Especially when it's something like gold. Like gold damn near like a stock. You know, it's like it's commodity. So you can believe in that to go up over time. Like A nigga could hold gold way better than they could hold AU. Because you would be up 1 year and be down in 3
And I'm
years.
not saying hold that bitch forever, but make a long-term trend. Like
Yeah, I
put
mean,
a
but
trend line on that
you
bitch.
gotta think about it. Look at all the check marks that's going on in the economy that make gold a good buy. From the tariffs, from the fact that the dollar is dropping because these niggas selling bonds and shit. Like it's like a 3-way reason for why fucking gold going up.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
so far, that's the best fucking, instrument to trade.
Factual.
So far, like we don't know what the rest of the year go
Right.
hold.
I don't see nothing else moving like gold, dog. Right
Nah,
now. I think you were telling me silver going crazy.
it was, man. I thought it was, but it was one of them bullshit ass news releases I seen. They was talking about silver about to go to 3,000 folds. I'm like, hold up. And then when I thought about it, I'm like, silver ain't never been over gold. Like that just don't even sound right.
Right.
Yeah. So silver at like, I think $50 or some shit.
Damn. That's why they said that. They just they try to spike that bitch up like gold a little bit.
Yeah. That was some news to try to get people to invest into that shit. That's
like Ethereum to a Bitcoin type shit.
Yep. Ethereum is like silver. Yep.
Yeah. Type shit.
For real.
But nah, what I was saying though. Yeah, bro, like we gotta find out something that we could trust and put a trend line on that bitch. Go on a week chart, go on a daily chart, go on a 4-hour chart, and put a trend line on it, right? And when you put that trend line on it, follow that bitch until it break the trend line. Hold that bitch until it break the trend line, brother. That bitch, you know how many points you'll get if you just hold something until that bitch break the trend line?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, we had
bunch.
a trend line on gold. From that, remember this time we was looking at gold in December?
Yeah.
It was looking all weird. I had all kind of trend lines on that bitch. But it broke look at that. Like I had trend lines coming from bullish pushes.
Got a fire streak starting off in January.
That whole broke. It broke January 10th.
Yeah, you start seeing
That was
shit
that
like that.
initial trend line. And that was all it was. January 10th.
Man.
26.
You can hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, because somebody called me. They be blowing that shit fast. Fucking 1888 numbers and shit. Man, y'all get on my fucking line.
They probably trying to call you for me, nigga. They've been calling me all.
Yeah, man. What's 6 at? We hear you on that live, nigga.
You on that line? Let me call this nigga.
Yeah, that shit funny. They be calling, bro. Blowing it. Yeah, so it's all good, bro. It's all good. My position right now, like I said, I was at 32.93. That bitch will be up damn near 180 right now, 170.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you just gotta hold them bitches, bro. Like, fuck it. If it's on the 8, because the reason I got in the second position too, which is why I shouldn't have got out, is because unless it was the TP of the 200, the reason I got in was because of the 8-hour breakout. It fucking made a new it broke the wick. Anytime that bitch on a trend and it just break the wick and it's a strong trend, I'm getting in. I don't give a fuck. Like that bitch broke the wick, it's still going. You know what I'm saying? That bitch gotta show me it's not going.
That was on the 8-hour?
The 8-hour. Yeah, I'll be on the 8-hour. So if it breakout on the 8-hour, it's a high chance that bitch gonna go for real if it's going with trend type shit, especially if it's above the 8-hour 50 EMA. See what I'm saying?
True.
So that's how I look at that shit. It's going that way. It's on the 50 EMA that way. If that bitch break out. Now, sometimes I might wait. If it's like something like German 30, like the sell-off that it's doing, and it's below the 8-hour 50 EMA, I'm looking at it as a sense like I might wait for some business to happen under because I really want this bitch to go up instead of down because it's been trending up mostly, but it is under the 8-hour 50 EMA. So I'm just waiting on Like once it crossed the horizontal line that I built or whatever, I created. Once that bitch crossed that support, I'm looking for some type of close below, and then a rejection, and then a breakout below that close below type shit. So then that way it's like a for sure. All right, it rejected going the other way. It rejected going up, so it gotta be going down, right? Type
Right.
shit.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too. Like if it didn't do this, then it got to do this.
Because I mean, what else is gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Unless that bitch consolidate for like another 30 minutes and then go back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But other than that, right now, this is what I see. So far.
Yeah.
Trade
And
what you
also
see.
be cautious on that
Not school.
on that yeah.
Wait, I just see that shit. I'm sorry.
I put that shit up last year. I was like, oh, that boy school got that bitch, boy.
This nigga stupid. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I really hope this shit play out for a long term, bro. Because I'm really late to the game. Like I got 2 months type shit. Like I'm trying to hold this until the end of June. Because I know after that it's gonna be July and there's gonna be another 6 months. It's gonna be the third term.
Right.
So it's gonna be more shit going. It's probably gonna be, it might switch direction or some shit. I gotta see what's happening in the economy at that time.
Right. And then
For the third time.
a lot of shit be changing too with how people be spending money around the summertime. It should be kind of throw it off too. So that might add a little volume or a little pullback or whatever the case. But now what I was saying earlier when you had mentioned about it taking out a wick on an 8 hour and you got it. In my history, when I do shit like that, if you looked at the 8 hour to determine to get in on that bitch off the wick being broken, like you at least damn near just for the time frame, you at least got to hold that bitch for a day.
Right, at least for 8 hours. Fuck. At least let the 8 hour candle close.
Now that same move you did, buying off the wick, if you would have did that on the 15-minute or the 1 hour, then that 8 hour would have took it with more dominance. Like the 8 hour would have been your confirmation, and you would have bought the wick break on the 1 hour.
You said if I would have did it on the 15-minute, get in the house.
Yeah, because that if you're looking at the 8 hour and it break a wick and you bought that, it got a high chance to not only potentially retrace a little bit, but if it does retrace, it's gonna retrace like the 8 hour retrace.
Right.
So that's like I'm saying, like that same type of notion, you might want to try to look a little early on the 1 hour, 15
Once
minutes.
it break, it depends on what we trade.
Right.
Hey, bro, that bitch gonna just use that breakout as
I know looking at these charts, like, yeah, this gold look amazing. Gold look fucking amazing. And then looking at the daily, look at all the size of the candles, and then look at the candle sizes starting at April 9th. Them bitches big as fuck. Like, so that just lets you know that is big ass volume kicking in. Like gold about to run. That bitch about
That's
to go.
what I said. I said, bro, I've never seen a chart make a V cut like the way that it did and not just keep going.
Yeah.
Like just keep going crazy. The way
that should have happened when you got that market uncertainty. That means that just niggas want safety. Everybody ran to safety, and that's what the charts look like. Big ass body daily candles. Like, yeah, nigga, that's you can't fade that shit, and it's still going up.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to catch another entry though somewhere. If you let's see, like, all right, on the 8 hour, it should break out at 33.20, right? So at 33.20, so I would have had a position at 32.93 if I would have held, and then my next position would be at 33.20. I just keep adding long term on those 8 hour breakouts type shit.
Got you.
So that's kind of the strategy. And then especially when they give me a red 8 hour and then that green one break above that red hour wick. Oh yeah, that's another entry. So basically any kind of breakout energy, long as it's not like about 4 green big ass volume candles in a row type shit. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
Or two of them big and one
It's
of
better.
them one
It's
small.
better to buy breakouts when it's breaking out of a consolidation versus
Right.
it's just breaking out previous bullish candles. Because
Right.
you could buy it like that, and that's good because you buying towards the trend. But in that strategy, you got to kind of have somewhat of a tight stop. You know, not too tight, but somewhat of a tight stop to where that bitch won't. You know, because you damn near like essentially buying a high type shit. So if it pull back, it's gonna be out quick.
But see, that's what get people though. They be thinking, "Oh, I'm buying at the high, so this shit I'm not about to do it." Man, the way this shit moving, that is the time to get in. It's to letting you know, okay, there's still momentum. You see what I'm saying? And then my thing is, okay, if you make this new high, you can't just go all the way to the bottom without retesting this fucking new high. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
That bitch just not about to fall. The way that bitch shot them 200 points down. What it did after that, it went right back up because that shit don't exist too much in the market. Like that bitch not gonna just keep
That ain't
doing that
gold.
shit all the
That ain't
time.
gold, nigga. I went back all the way to the 80s trying to find like a real break of structure on gold. Like it's kind of it's hard to find it. Like
Damn.
It's really hard to find it. Like I looking at it right now, and when I mean by like break of structure, it's like that we get like a sweep of structure, but not like a true break. We have one. This is one 2013. That was a break of structure, but after that, that bitch consolidated all the way until 2020 COVID and started shooting back up. So that bit gold was consolidated from 2013 to 2020.
Say, bro, I think this the move, brother. Like this the next.
That's
I ain't gonna
fucking
say
7
Bitcoin.
years, nigga.
I ain't gonna say Bitcoin. I know it's not gonna go that crazy. But the same way, like I said, that's how I made that. I turned that money in. I like 30 times my money or 15 times my money type shit in 2 months on it was through Bitcoin, that Bitcoin fucking rally. And I was just holding that shit, bro. And I was like, bitch.
When we was going through 100K, that rally?
When I yeah, well no. This was like when it was like at 30K going to like 60K or some shit like that. And I'm like, I'm just holding that shit just cause I'm like, well, first of all, it was a demo. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but I'm about to see what it do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me see. I got 1,800. I'm about to tell you how that shit went. I got 1,800 in. So I'm like, let me just buy everything that's trending in a direction. So I bought everything and I sold everything that was trending, right? So after that, I went ahead and after like a day or two, I seen what was trending, what was really trending, and I seen what was not trending. So it was like, I don't remember what pairs was trending, but I remember it was US 30, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin, and probably a couple pairs that was trending as well. But I took out all the pairs that wasn't trending. Everything that wasn't trending, I took it out of my shit. Everything that was trending, I kept it on. And then I just kept adding on as it continued to trend for like 2 months. I was taking profit as well, but I just kept adding on with my holds. So after like 2 months, it had to be like around, like I said, around June or some shit like that. That bitch started being, I think it was May or June. And after them 6 months, that shit done rallied for 6 months. That shit, it starts to turn, bro, because that's what I just started to notice on that monthly chart. So then that bitch started to turn, so I hopped out that bitch, and I think I hopped out with officially like, I went up to 30K, but I officially closed at like 25K from the 1,800. But the account went from 1,800 to like about 500, 800. That bitch was about to be done, closed itself out type shit. Like I was on the last legs of that bitch, but I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna hold the position, see what happened. Man, I held that shit through, and that bitch came out.
Damn.
And I did the same, them same 2 months. Like I said, I turned a $50,000 account into a 100K account. And I actually was able to close out that 100K. And it was at 100-something K from 50K. I was like, bro, this is crazy, bro. Like this shit.
What you to get that when you was doing that 50 to 100, was you doing mostly just let me find something, buy it, and just sit and wait?
It was the same exact routine, same shit I did with the 1800 to the 30K. I bought shit that looked like it was trending. And I'm like, bro, because the same thing we did on our demos, like when we first got on, me and Preem, we were just buying shit that looked like it was trending and holding it. And that's what made us really get into it, because it was like, nigga, this shit liquid gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you just sit, all you gotta do is sit and wait and money come. Like, this shit crazy. So then we got in our lives, and then we was buying AU up. But that was when COVID, because we seen it dropping for COVID, so we thinking it's gonna keep dropping. Man, that's when it started flying up, and we just holding sales. We trying to add more sales at the time. We didn't know what the fuck we was doing.
But before you was doing AU, when y'all was trading indices, right?
We was trading on Oanda.
Oh,
okay. First thing we was trading was on Oanda. We was just strictly on Oanda. So we was just trading AU for the most part, and that's how that shit was going.
Got out that shit quick and said, "Fuck that shit."
And that was what AU, bro. That bitch was trending. Like, that bitch wasn't doing no pullbacks. This was, COVID. This was when it was doing that V cut for the COVID. That's why I was telling you, when that shit do a V cut like that, I never seen a V cut not turn into more gains. Because after that, AU just started bouncing up, and that bitch passed the V, and it just kept making more highs. Now it came back down at this point, but this years later.
Yeah, that drop in AU for COVID, that shit was kind of crazy. I was trading AU up until that point, and around that time when the pandemic came to America, I was halfway in crypto and I was halfway in currencies. So I was making more money on crypto because everything was bullish with NFTs and shit, and I wasn't even really paying attention to AU, but I did notice that drop. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
I was trying to sell that bitch too. Keep it cheap. I remember that.
Because that recovery was even better than the drop. That was the whole key, bro. And that right there alone should show us what the fuck these markets do, bro. That shit drop, but just be looking for those buys. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm gonna tell you like this, dude.
Coming back.
If AU buy back up all over like the Trump election and go all the way up to where it sold off in October last year, like, nigga, this shit, it's just gonna have another level of it's easy, because basically it's kind of like confirming that all you got to do is just be in the markets for the whole year. You just need to be aware of, like, it feels better when you actually live in the markets and know what's going on versus waiting to December 30th to review what the whole year did. Like, you get a feel for that shit. But that October drop, it's still in the back of my head.
And you know what's crazy, bro? And that's what I've been wanting to get on so much. And I think this is like key with this shit, is that you just gotta be in the game, even if it's a small ass position. Like, be in the game on your pair somewhere at all times, going the trending direction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can just add on as that bitch just continues and continues and continues in that direction. Now, once you feel like the trend is over, like I said, what breaks the trend is breaking the trend line. You feel me? Right. Once that bitch break the trend line, you could get out. But as long as that bitch staying up to because these bitches a whole trend line for a long ass time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Sometimes like that AU sell. That bitch sold from October to like now type shit.
Yeah.
Like a 6 month sell off, bro. And it was like, you could hold that thing the whole time. Like, why not? Like, even like I was saying, like, even if it was a 0.01, 0.02s, like, you're gonna start to see the potential though later on. You know what I'm saying? And like, all right, now let me do a 0.1 this time, because last time, boy, I only made like $20 off the 0.01 or $40. But boy, if I do the 0.1, off this little 6 month hold. You heard me?
That nigga be up 40K. Fuck around.
You feel me? Nah, but you could do that shit, bro. It's really about the compound interest of this shit. And that's what people be forgetting. Like, a compound interest a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, that's what they say, the 7th wonder of the world.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why shouldn't we try to find a way to trade like that? That's what I'm thinking. I think your boy in that video you sent yesterday was saying something about that long-term trading too.
Yeah, they're talking about that Rob Booker interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was crazy about him, and I never understood, nor did I take that type of trading style. But when I first was watching him, like years ago, this was like 2012, 2013. Like, this nigga got old ass video.
Mm-hmm.
He be holding shit for like months.
Yeah.
That nigga be in drawdown, but it was he was doing a swap play to where he would be long on EJ on one broker and he'll be short on EJ on another broker.
Mm-hmm.
But the broker that he going long on, when he positive in that trade, is also paying him a swap of the interest rate between the two currencies. So he getting paid every daily close. He getting paid some additional money, and he said he was running it up off of that. Like, it was like it was an arbitration type shit. Like, he said the shit don't work no more because they done fixed it. Like, the brokers done switched that shit up.
Of course.
Right. But yeah, he ran that shit up. Like, so he was down on the sell, but up on the bullish side, and vice versa. And that nigga, like I said, it'd be like 6 months. That nigga be holding a buy, and that bitch like negative 120 bands on some shit. But he just holding that bitch.
Damn. Why are you doing that? Like, they still paying him off the swap you was saying?
Yeah. So he was losing money on that side, but he was also long on the other side. So it was like an even kind of break on that bitch, but the swaps was making him profitable.
Right.
You know, like it's certain pair, even in Oanda. Like, when I hold AU, I think it's UJ or GJ, one of them pairs. The difference between the interest rate of one currency versus the other one, when I hold them and I'm long, they be paying me money every day. Like, it be chump change, but it's still money, like free money, because I'm holding that position.
Right. Yeah, man.
But yeah, the next thing they gonna be on the lookout for that boy Jerome having a talk at 12:30. So we gonna see what he talking about. Probably update that shit in chat.
Wake him up. Wake this motherfucker up or something. The boy sleep.
We gonna wrap this whole up, my nigga. You heard me? I'm about to lay this down.
For sure.
Like I said, 12:30. Jerome talking, so
yeah, on the swivel. For sure, he probably ain't gonna say too much, but I mean, I'm sure that. But the markets might move if you say something about them.
Watch the video and Trump be standing next to him.
That's gonna be it right there. If you ready to have your finger.
Hey, like, nigga, this is not even your meeting, man. Be like, yeah, but I just want to say something, man.
Oh yeah, please be there, brother. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at you. I ain't gonna be mad at it. Say something. Nigga, make these markets move. Brother, let's go. What we doing today? And what's crazy is that I know we about to hop on, but that second YouTube video you sent me was saying, that you sent in the group was saying that how they was noticing it as well. I was like, so I'm not the only one that's noticing this. Everything is like going straight off of what people saying now. It ain't, like market structure all the way. Like they were saying on the live was that you know, everybody a lot of the big name people been like, man, my market structure ain't working. There ain't nothing moving the market structure. Yep. Every time Trump say this, then this happen. Yep. And if he say that, then that happen. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was amazed to see that other people was seeing that as well. I was like, okay, you know, like everybody be woke.
We know what we looking at type shit.
Mm-hmm. Nah, mm-hmm. Everybody know what was going on. So I don't know if stuff gonna change because of that, or you know what I'm saying, or how that's gonna go. But I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes open and be watching.
Nah, yeah, it ain't gonna change on us. That's what I said. We too locked in to see that shit. We got a little community. I think we go catch that before a lot of niggas see it.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, but I'm like I said, we gonna tap in around 12:30, see what that boy talking about.
For sure, for sure.
All right, brother.
All right, G.
All right, we gonna be out till tomorrow. Be back at 8 o'clock in the morning. Till then, we out.